Good day to you all. That's fellow Nigerian diaspora. I am using this opportunity to call upon you for a very important and notable occurrence in my country, Nigeria. In our country, Nigeria, I am known, and for those of you who have been seeing, that is my work on the Facebook. Mostly, I talk about myself, my business, and then what I do and what I know best to do, and that is working in a restaurant. I'm a restaurant owner, and today I'm not going to be talking about politics, about food, or I'm going to be talking about life, something that has to do with life, and that's something that has to do with things that is happening in our nation. I am working with an organization known as Milliuedefencie in the Netherlands. Milliuedefencie in the Netherlands are working on global warming, working on that is pollution and head pollution, and then water destructions, and then farmland destruction, and all those things, and the animal abuse and so on forth, and also many areas that the life of man has been affected. So that makes me a complaintive. I come to you today because I want you to know that in Ogoni land, we have a powerful organization that is working drilling oil known as Shell. Shell company is here in the Netherlands. I live in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is where they are known as a giants. They are a big organization. They have their headquarters here. And that is the reason why I am so happy that with this forum, we have a chance to work together with the Ogoni people, to work together with the organization that is working in Nigeria, that is trying to keep this balance. The balance is there is a lot of oil split in Ogoni land. There is water destruction, there is fish dying, and people could not work in their they work on their daily activities anymore. There are people dying, there are sick people in the hospital, and in so many ways, in so many that's a medium that has been put forward to reach Shell, to make Shell be responsible for all their activities. I mean, the wrong activities in the Niger Delta has been void. Void in the sense that the judicial system in Nigeria is not very stable. It is not very strong. It goes only for those that are rich and powerful. Shell is a rich and powerful company, and for that reason we get away with whatever they are doing there in the country. In so many ways, Shell has been under pressure by Nigerian government at the same time to work on this pollution, to work on this plate of oil, to do whatever they can do to save the life of people, save the fishes, the people that are working. The most that's an important income for the people in this region is the fish that they fish from the river. They have turned it into an economy that's a value for themselves, and that has been working well for so long. But since Shell has been working in Nigeria for the past 50 years, things has not been the same for these people. They've been moving from place to place. They've been finding how to shelter themselves and how to feed themselves in other people's land, and which has not been very, very effective. It has not been very good. We know that we are people of tradition. We love our tradition. We love our location. Our location signifies our tradition and our heritage, and that has been the thing that has been destroyed for these people from this part of the country. I want to employ you today, all Nigerians living in diaspora. I wouldn't know where you live, Germany, Belgium, that is Austria, France, or wherever, but I'm calling upon you that this is the time that we need to stand up. We have an organization right now that is calling upon us all. I'm a member of this organization, and on the 4th of November, we are going to have a protest to show that we care, a protest to let everyone knows that it is good to put our voice out there to tell the people to do the right thing. We do not have to force the Shell to do the right thing, because I have seen them to be responsible in Holland. If people who live on Holland, we have no complaint, we have nothing to fight on before they would do the right thing, and then we should also take that opportunity. Right now we are in Holland, and then we can do it here in Holland. I am imploring you to join us. I call upon you that on the 4th of November, we will be marching from BULLEWIJKPAD in Amsterdam Southoost, and then we'll be walking straight to a Shell office, that is a Shell petrol station that is in that location, is in that vicinity, not more than 5 minutes from the restaurant Obalade where we are located. We'll be walking from this area to the that's a petrol station to that is to put up our view and to lay out our complaints. We are going to be working with a very important speaker. Is an activist also, is going to be with us on that day, and so many people will be coming. Churches will be joining us, community will be joining us, so many other communities, African community, they will be joining us. But mostly I find it very important that we Nigerians in the diaspora should come together and make this voice. I do not want to say that this is not from my area. I'm not from that region. I am from this region and I'm not affected. I do remember a quotation, very, very powerful quotation by a Prime Minister of England in the Second World War, that he said, I quote, he said, "If your neighbor house is burning and you care not, when that house finish burning, your house will be on fire too. If my brothers in Niger Delta are suffering today, if I keep quiet and say because I'm not from that religion and I'm not going to do anything about it, I tell you, it will one way or the other affect me economically. It could affect me. It could affect my tradition. It could affect my best friend. I could have a best friend from Niger Delta. I could have family from Niger Delta. I may grow up and find my daughter or my son marrying from that region. And if I say because I do not care, my future is also in jeopardy. I am calling upon you because I know that we are good people. I know Nigerians to be good people, very nice people, people who share their time, people who share their money, and that is the reason why we fear God. We have so many that's a godly people in Nigeria who are ready to walk and then that's a show their love, show their kindness to people all over the world. I am calling upon you again and again, and I'm calling upon you that you should march with us on the 4th of November 2018, which is just about a few weeks away. And then we are going to let our pain out there. We are going to let people know that we care. We are going to let the Ogoni people know that we care. There are so many organizations in Nigeria also that have been working with us, like the Friend of Earth. They are doing their best. They are working, and all their work has been shown to us. I tell you, I will not be doing this if I have no evidence of what I'm saying, if I have not been on the ground to see it, if I did not know that people are suffering, if I did not know that people are dying, if I did not know that so many children are already sick from inhaling from these chemical substances, from that's destroying their land, and they're also getting affected from the fishes of the river that have been affected. All this is what the shell can do. I want to remind you that some years ago in the United States there is oil split in the New Mexico. This is the time of the Obama administration. The BP company came forward and do all their best to see that this is well clean, and if they could do that there, they can do the same in Nigeria. It is not because that we are Africans, it's not because we are from the third world country, as they said, that we should be treated like we do not exist. The people that are coming up together, that are working together, are the Netherlands. The Netherlands people are standing up for us, and it is time for us to stand up and join them and work together and tell the whole world that what Shell is doing on our land, what they are doing on Ogoni land, it is unacceptable to us and to the world entirely. If big companies, rich companies are making money on our soil, if they are making money on our life, if they are taking our life to make all this money, I call this money blood money. Because if it is not that way, they will care for the life of the people that lives in that area. They will care for the life of the people that lives in that region. They will care as they care for the people that lives in Groningen. Groningen also has been crying. They want also the government to do something about it, and they are responding to that of the Groningen. They should respond also to the one in Nigeria. The Groningen is fighting, and we are fighting along with them. We fight because we are Netherlands. We live in the Netherlands. We live in the Netherlands, and we are fighting along with them. We should also fight for those that are lives in the Ogoni land. We should fight for our people that are living in Nigeria that have been so suppressed, the people that have been moved away from their own location. They lost their home because they could not live there anymore. They lost their home because they couldn't breathe anymore. You will know, me and you know what it takes when you could not breathe your own air, when the air is no longer free for you to breathe, when the water is no longer consumable, when you cannot eat the food of your own land, when you cannot farm on your own land anymore, you know what it is. When you have to be moved from your home to go and occupy other people's home in their own land, where you'll be seen as a stranger, you know what it means. You know the kind of feeling that you will have when you become a stranger in your own land. And this has been caused by a very mighty organization called Shell. Shell is a rich company. They are rich. They know what to do. They are law-abiding. They keep the law here in the Netherlands. I live here. I know. I've seen it. They keep the law. And why will the law in Nigeria be overruled or never even been considered? They have their own complaints. The complaint goes that the people of the the people of the Ogoni land are the one destroying the lands and then splitting the oil. But it is their responsibility to make sure that that it is secured, that the pipeline is not going to be broken and then the oil is not going to be split. It is their responsibility because they make money on that land and I believe that they can do it. I want us to work together. Churches is joining us. Communities are joining us, and I'll be waiting to see that your response. I'll be waiting to see your willing. I'll be waiting to see that you can help us to make this happen. Thank you as we wait for you on this day. Thank you very much.